in the house. Brother Marvin is in the house. I appreciate you for being here, my man. Top of the morning, he says. Let me make sure chat bar is working. There it is. Come on in. I hope all is well, Brother Marvin. Here to catch up with you on chat this week. Stay grinding, brother. If you need me, you know how to reach me. Todd is in the house. What's happening, brother? Come on in. Let's have this coffee talk, guys. Let's get to this money. All right, maybe I should do this. Get rid of that. Blockavelli's in the house. I appreciate you being here. We're gonna put this down here as well. Guys, come on in. Come on in, it's coffee talk. Come on in. Beautiful Saturday morning. Let's get our mind right to go and conquer this weekend. Learn some stuff, learn something to help us come back on Monday to get some of this money. All right. Ashton's in the house. Good morning, Ashton. Oh, you still get your name wrong, Ashton. It's Aston Martin. Get your coffee, man. Get your coffee, guys. Guys, good morning, good Saturday morning. It is April the 23rd at 8:50 a.m., guys. It's the start of the weekend for many of us. And for the folks who are on the other side of the world, it's your mid-weekend. But guys, grab your coffees. We're going to have a conversation this morning. I'm going to provide some exposure to a couple things that's going on, a couple resources that you can use, and we're going to hit on topics such as how to land a six-figure job with no college degree. There's ways that you can do that, and there's ways that you can do that in tech, guys. We're also going to talk about cybersecurity. There's 600,000 cybersecurity jobs that are open right now. And that doesn't seem to be going away or letting up. So if you are interested into tech, if you're interested into tech, cybersecurity could be a way to go. Many of us are in that space and getting to the bag. Ask Textual Chatter, right? Ask our brother Jose. He's in it. He's getting to the money, right? We're also going to talk about pay, guys. New hires, they're getting paid a lot more than many of us who've been sitting in our positions for quite some time. Now, this message for the ladder climbers, the Patreon members, we're always looking to get somewhere. So we're typically not the ones that are going to get caught up on pay from a new hire perspective. But for the folks who are sitting in their position and have been sitting in their position for quite some time, you may be paid less than somebody new coming into the company for the same position. Let me make sure I say that again. You may be paid less, even though you have more experience than somebody coming into the company as a new hire in the same position. I want you guys to eliminate yourself from being in that sort of position because it creates a lot of headaches for yourself and so forth, especially if you're a good employee and doing really good things from a work standpoint. And then last, we're going to talk about Twitch salaries, guys. Twitch salaries and how much you can get paid working for top tech companies like Twitch in roles of engineering, basically anything in tech. That's what we're going to be hitting on this morning, guys. It's been a fantastic week for myself. It's been a long week for myself. Got some big deals that I'm working on. Obviously, you guys know that I've transitioned to a new role. I've updated my LinkedIn, by the way, so you can guys go and see it. And I didn't put the whole company or the announcement and stuff like that so that, you know, my LinkedIn gets flooded, because that becomes a distraction. Next thing you know, everybody's like, oh, Antoine, congratulations on the promotion and all this other stuff. And I got to write back, you know, thank you and all this other stuff. At the end of the day, I'm happy about it. Many of you already know, if you're part of the Patreon and so forth, that it is already in place. So, and many of you already congratulated me, and I thank you guys for that. But yes, it's just been busy because I'm doing dual roles, and hopefully by the end of this month, which is another 7 days, I won't have to do dual roles anymore, and I can focus and get some of my time back, guys. There's a lot of stuff going on in the Wade household. A lot of good things. We've had some really good coaching sessions this week. I've gotten many people their resume updated so that they can begin to apply to positions that they're interested in, considering that they're not into tech now. And I've given them the confidence to go ahead and apply and how to sell themselves to get into tech. So guys, if you're looking to get into tech and you need a career coach to help provide you some guidance, some direction, book a coaching session, go to www.blkheights.com and you can reach me. My backlog of coaching sessions, they're out there. So you're probably not going to get me until sometime mid-May or something like that. But you'll be able to see my calendar and so forth. I have upcoming travel this week, leaving on tomorrow, heading out of state again. That's another thing with this new role. I'm starting to do a lot more travel. Something that's I have to get used to, but change is great. Change is great, guys. If you're not changing, you're not growing. If you're not changing, you're not learning. Okay. So I just want to hit on those topics. Let me jump over to the chat real quick to see who's all in the house, man. Who is in the house today? I love to see my early morning ladder climbers getting it done. We got Marvin in the house. We got Todd in the house. We got Blockavelli's in the house. Mrs. Wade is in the house. Thank you always, babe, for your support. We got Florida Aura in the house. We got Tay-Tay Sunkiss in the house. We got DeJuan in the house, man. We got Before the Beans in the house as well, too. Maddox 12. Guys, don't forget, as Maddox said, hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. It's important to hit that like button. It's the least that you can do to help us to grow this platform and so forth. Kaza said, just enrolled in WGU IT Management BS. I need a mentor. Any suggestions? Absolutely. Talk to people in your class, Kaza. You can also reach out to me. I provide mentor services as well, too. You can reach out to other people in the Black Heights community. You can become a patron, where there's tons of us, about 62 members all across the tech world. And those of us who are in WGU, become a Patreon member. You can get the mentorship there as well too, Kaza. Mrs. Witt is in the house. Good morning to you. Guys, let's go ahead and get started. What I like to do on this channel is to provide exposure to ways that you can increase your earning by getting into tech, right? Whether that's going the degree route or going the non-degree route. There's many ways that you can skin a cat. I like the traditional route of getting a 4-year degree, you know, getting exposure that way, learning how to work with others, because that's what college allows for you to do. and then transition to the professional world. But you don't have to take that path. Or if you took a path where you got a 4-year degree and it's not into tech and you want to transition into tech, there's other ways that you can get into tech and make a shitload of money, because that's what tech is just doing. It's paying people the most out of any other sector that exists out there. Tech is where it's at. And I want for you guys to get to that money. That's why I'm providing you that exposure. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about today, because many of the members that are on this channel are wanting some exposure, wanting to get some coaching and so forth. Obviously, you guys know Black Heights does that as well, but there's other resources that exist out there. This is from our brother Marvin, who's in the chat right now. He provided the Black Heights Patreon members a link to a community that exists out there. And the community is called Obsidy. Okay, and Obsidy is a platform for Black tech professionals and allies. And basically, Obsidy, is one of those communities that you can join to get mentorship, right? You can find a community, you connect with other opportunities, and they provide you a way for you can get a full year of LinkedIn training, right? So Brother Marvin, who wants to become a customer success manager, who's getting his undergrad degree at this point in time, signed up for this. It attracted him, the community attracted him. But one of the biggest things that attracted him to it was the fact that he get a full year of LinkedIn training. So if you want to become a customer success manager, you can use this platform to get access to such a thing. You can use this platform to get access to other people. You can use this platform to get access to roles. You can use this platform to get access to mentorship. There are many ways that you can get into this tech world, and this is a platform that's out there that can be a resource for you. It's called Obsidy. Go and check it out. I haven't signed up for it yet, but I'm going to. And basically, let me read what it says. Benefits of a membership. Are you ready to be seen and connected? If you said yes, then you're in the right place. Obsidy is the perfect space for you to smash your career goals and reach new heights. As a member, you will join an amazing global community of Black tech professionals, BPTN partners, and supportive allies who all want to see you succeed. Through our interactive platform, you'll be able to expand your network, connect with endless career growth opportunities, find or become a mentor, and stay in the know on everything tech related through complimentary year-round events. So since Obsidy was created by Black professionals for Black professionals, we celebrate Black people breaking in barriers and killing the game all day, every day. Guys, this is something that I'm going to support. This is something that I'm going to support, and this is something that you can become a member of, and you should become a member of. This is something that you should become a member of. This is how you get the exposure to different things that you may not know about. This is why this channel is created as well too, to provide that level of exposure, but to also provide some guidance and to help you succeed within your life and your career as well too. So guys, check out Obsidy. It's free, and it's a great platform to help you and become a part of the community that exists out there, professionals who are in tech. Again, you can gain mentorship, connect with opportunities, and find a community. Jump on it, guys. Jump on it. All right. So yesterday, you talking about exposure. You guys know I have 2 kids. Yesterday, I had an opportunity to hang out with my son. So Fridays are typically a light day for me, and I had a task on my agenda to do was I had to take my boat in to get the sound system fixed. So basically I had a new sound system replaced into my boat that I most recently bought. And the remote on the driver's side of the boat stopped working. So I had to drop it back off to the place that did the boat install. Anyway, my son came with me to run errands yesterday. We went and got donuts and, hung out, took the boat in, and so forth. And one of the things that we did also was to go to a barbershop. So my son, he's never gone to a barbershop. I grew up going to barbershops, guys. Matter of fact, I'm looking pretty clean right now. Got the clean haircut, check him out. But I was said, okay, well, he was in need of a haircut, and we typically take him and my daughter to a salon, with, women who offer full service packages and have a really good background to curly hair and stuff like that. So anyway, I said, okay, well, you know what? We're not going to do that. We're just going to go to the barbershop. Daddy wanted to get his haircut. I have to travel this week, and I want to make sure I'm looking clean because I'm going to be meeting some people that I haven't met before. So I said, okay, well, you're going to come with me. Got my haircut first, sitting down in a chair. My son is looking. He's laughing the entire time because in this barbershop, they were playing some 2 Chainz. It was a great barbershop, right? A fantastic barbershop, but something that he hasn't been exposed to yet. So he's on his iPad looking at me in a chair getting cut. And it was his time next. So he wasn't fearful. He saw his dad getting his haircut. He knew how to act. Music was playing, and he was just bobbing his head, having a good time. He was bobbing his head, having a good time. And he got a fantastic haircut. So I want to plug the barbershop, B-Deck Barber in Austin, Texas, because they did a fantastic job on both of our hairs. Okay? They did a fantastic job on my hair as well as my son's hair. And the barber who hooked us up his name is Boog. So I want to shout them out. If you're ever in Austin and you want your haircut, check out B-Deck Barber and Beauty Salon. Fantastic people. Accepted us. We walked in, got placed into a chair within 5 minutes. Boog hooked us both up. I mean, like, check my son's hair out, right? He got the nice little mohawk with the little line on the side, right? He looking clean. He was proud of his hair, right? He was very proud of it. Boog is right here, hooked him up. Nice gentleman. He had a good time. You know, I gave him a sucker and everything. So, guys, if you're ever in Austin, check out B-Deck Barber and Beauty Salon. Fantastic, fantastic barbershop here in Austin. I want to shout out to another Patreon member. And I know I'm rambling, guys. I'm sorry. I'm rambling. We're going to get to the subjects. We're definitely going to get to the subjects. But I want to shout out to last week's sponsor, Brother Marty Nix, who was also a Patreon member. Guys, go and check out martynixon.com, martynixon2.com, that is. Get into the game on anything cloud. He's a Microsoft expert, VMware expert. If you're looking to learn about cloud, this is the guy to talk to. He's a Patreon member of ours. He's an investor. He is a big time Microsoft expert. Check him out, Brother Marty Nix. Fantastic individual. One of my students into coaching, and he just does a fantastic job. And check out his work. A lot of information to his blogs. He talks about things about, migrating Microsoft servers to VMware servers, virtual, and so forth. But great gentleman, over 41 certifications, and just getting it done, guys. Getting it done and making a whole crap load of money. All right, let's jump to the first topic at hand. No college degree, no problem. Here's how you can land a job, in a high-paying job, through online learning. There's other ways that you can do it, guys, like we talked about, right? There's other ways that you can do it. All right. So, Juan Medina, he immigrated to Clarksville, Indiana from Columbia in 2013. Juan Medina, guys. He started taking classes at a local community college to earn a degree. When he realized it would take him 7 or 8 years, he opted for a different path. Many of you got a community college degree. Many of you don't have any college degree at all. Many of you have a college degree, but you want to go a different path. This is a story that will allow for you to figure out another path that you can go to or go now. So Medina signed up for an online course on web development on Udacity before taking an immersive full stack JavaScript and software development program at 1150 Academy, a coding boot camp in Indianapolis. He started working as a web developer before completing the Salesforce Pathfinder training program, a free training program from the software company of Salesforce. Now Medina works as a Salesforce administrator, and he's getting paid $97,000 a year. Immigrated from Columbia, little education, community college, said, you know what? It's going to take me 7 to 8 years in order for me to start making money. I'm not going to take on this debt. He said, I'm going to explore Udacity. Took a course in web development. You guys know that a couple weeks ago, I gave you all a resource where you can get a full boot camp for $29. I dropped that video on Thursday of this week. Go and check it out. In the top of that video, you'll see the link where you can actually purchase that boot camp. $29 will give you access to a full boot camp to where you can actually become a web developer or a programmer and so forth. At home study. Great boot camp, $29. You can invest in yourself. Do it. So Medina is now making $97,000 a year. $97,000 a year. People like Medina are starting to realize that there are many pathways to success. A recent survey of high schoolers aged 14 to 18 found that half are open to pursuing educational opportunities outside of a four-year degree, and only a quarter believe a college degree is the only path to a high-paying job. We know that now, guys. We know that now with tech. We know that now with tech. That's why I say this big time. If you're going to go to college, choose to major into something in the STEM field. Science, technology, engineering, math. That's why I push management information systems, because it's a business major with an IT component of it. So you're getting the best of both worlds. And you can go heavy on the business side, or you can choose to go heavy on the IT side. But online certificates can lead to a job or be a path to a degree. While using a college degree as a filter in hiring, it seems easy for employers. The actual task of a position may have little to do with higher education. According to a new report by Bain & Company, 60% of jobs that pay a living wage required a bachelor's degree, but only 25% of those positions involve skills that candidates would gain in college, according to an internal analysis of job postings. So this is important for job seekers because it means the overall candidate pool is actually much wider than the job descriptions make it seem. For example, according to Betty, Chief Content Officer at Coursera, more than half of the people who take Coursera's Google IT certificate are from underrepresented groups, military members, or women making less than $30,000 a year. Let me say that, making less than $30,000 a year. So getting an entry-level certificate from Coursera gives some learners the qualifications for a job that makes upwards of $50,000, or the confidence to continue learning and pursue a degree. So take this gentleman by the name of Bew Batchelor, a business analyst at a men's golf apparel company, Travis Matthew. Batchelor did not have a direct career path. He dropped out of community college in California to join a company that cleans up oil spills in the Midwest, became a manager at the company, drove for Uber, and worked as a bartender before getting into accounting. After taking an accounting class, he got an internship at Travis Matthew. He worked his way up to a staff accountant role before signing up for a coding boot camp at the University of California, Irvine's Division of Continuing Education. Batchelor said many of his colleagues in accounting and business analysis have four-year degrees. He added that people in his life are still encouraging him to pursue a traditional degree. It's a signal of safety to a lot of different generations, he said. I think product and probability is going to be much better currency for jobs than just education on its own. I agree with that, guys. I agree. There's different ways that you can do it. Doesn't have to be with the four-year degree. Definitely not with a degree outside of STEM. But let's just say you already passed that bridge. You already crossed that bridge. And you have a bachelor's degree, and it's in something that is not giving you the wages and the earnings that you want to make. There's other ways that you can make a higher salary, and that's by getting into tech, going and getting online certifications. Brother Master IT, Brother Rob, Master IT, link into the description. If you want to get into IT, you want to work in tech, check out Brother Master IT. There's other courses in Udacity, Coursera, LinkedIn, the boot camp that I share with you guys in the other video. There's multiple ways that you can do it. And there's multiple roles for you. You don't have to be a web developer. You don't have to be just a coder. You don't have to be a developer. There's other roles that you can look into as well. Customer success manager, Brother Marvin, Alaquandria, project management, Brother Simon, Brother Damien. There's a higher other technical things such as, machine learning and AI, right? Brother Engineering Cannabis, AI and Me, There's cybersecurity, Brother PBO, who does a great job at explaining concepts of cybersecurity on his channel. Before the Billions, he's a data engineer, and he talks about this on his channel as well too, to provide you with exposure to it. Kev IT support, another path that you can take to get into tech. Sales, I talk about that on my channel. Another way that you can get into tech and make a shitload of money. There's multiple people and multiple ways that you can get into tech, and it doesn't just have to be through the formal education route. So there was a year and a half where folks were kind of frozen. So there's a pent up mobility, but we think there's something bigger and more profound going on where people are trying to take control of their lives and their career. One of the ways people are taking control is by investing in themselves. Online learning is an efficient way for people to close skills gaps they need to get the job that they want. A lot of the times when I'm getting these coaching sessions, guys, a lot of people are asking me, Antoine, how can I leverage what I currently do in transition to the tech world? Well, that's what I'm able to help provide people a better understanding of. How can they take their current skills to transition into a role that they've researched, that we've researched, that would be a good fit for them? And we can work out a plan that you can go through and work through in order for you to make that transition. An option for career changers. These types of programs are also a good option for those pursuing a career shift. Stephanie Brown has a bachelor's degree, a master's, and a law degree, in addition to more than 10 years of experience in the U.S. Air Force. When the pandemic hit, she was working as a hotel chef with the goal of starting her own food truck. Then she lost her job. Contemplating her next move, Brown knew she wanted to be in technology. Like Medina, she signed up for a Salesforce program and got a Trailhead certification. She worked more than 50 hours per week on the program, taking advantage of additional benefits for the military veterans. Now she works as a Salesforce consultant at Sitka Partners. Guys, got a Trailhead, another resource. It's free. Get a Salesforce certification. Salesforce is a big time company out there. You become a Salesforce administrator, Salesforce analyst. Brown said, it takes a lot of self-motivation to pursue an alternative path to career readiness. The rigor and self-directed nature of these technical training programs are not for everyone. She added, but the same could be said for college degrees. College is probably the last thing I'll recommend right now. She said, guys, there's faster paths that you can get to it. There's faster paths that you can get to it. College is great. STEM is great, but there's other ways that you can do it. And we're providing those resources and giving you exposure to what exists out there. Okay. That's article number 1, guys. That's article number 1. Let's jump into the next one. Where many of you are already at or want to or considering this path. I get a lot of questions on this channel about, hey, Antoine, which should I go? Cybersecurity or cloud? Which one's the hottest? Well, they're both are hot. You have to do the research into what roles exist into these IT sectors, research it, and determine if you are a good fit for that sort of a role. It could be cloud, it could be cybersecurity, it could be a combination of both. And that's when you really get into the money then. If you do a combination of both, you're really getting to the money. But there are almost 600,000 cybersecurity jobs open right now. Insiders explain how complete beginners can enter the industry. Guys, you want to enter the clouds, the cybersecurity industry, this is the article for you. Outside of talking to, and I encourage you to talk to the experts, talk to the PBOs, talk to the Gabe A's, talk to the brother Jose. These guys have been into this area for a very long time, so they're going to tell you the things that you're really going to need in order for you to get into these areas. Just like the show that we had with Brother AI and me, Engineering Cannabis, on how to get into machine learning and artificial intelligence, he gave us the game. If you go talk to the Gabes, the Professor of Black Ops, the Brother Jose's, they're going to give you the game of the quickest way that you can get into cybersecurity. Another gentleman is Textual Chatter. He was on this platform as well, too. Great individual. Go check out this channel as well, too. does a fantastic job. Master IT as well too. Check those resources out, and they can help you get into IT following the path that they took. All it does is take for you to reach out to these guys on LinkedIn, right? And when you reach out, don't just say Antoine says reach out or Black Height says reach out. Introduce yourself and say, hey, I understand that you're in the IT world or the cybersecurity world. I want to know, what was the path that you took? Do a proper introduction. I think I'm going to do a video. I told Brother Billy Rowe that we should do a video on the appropriate way to ask for help, because many people are starting to name drop our names when they introduce themselves to other people. Hey, Antoine says I should reach out to you for this. No, do an appropriate introduction, guys. Don't say Antoine said it. Do an appropriate introduction. Hey, my name is such and such. I was watching the Black Heights channel, aka Antoine Wade. He said that you would be a good resource for this. Do you have time? That's it. That's the appropriate way to address or to ask somebody for something. Don't just name drop them and name drop me and say, I said, go to that person. Because I've gotten many emails from other individuals saying that Antoine says this and this. And guys, I'm going to tell you like this. If I'm going to recommend somebody to you that I've spoken with, like physically or personally, I'm going to do a proper introduction myself. Okay? All right, let's jump into this. The cybersecurity world. Cybersecurity world's getting all the money, man. These guys are making a whole bunch of money. With cybersecurity comes job security. That's what they say, guys. And you're in the cybersecurity space, man, you got all kinds of job security. According to Cybersecurity Ventures, there will be an estimated of 3.5 million unfulfilled cybersecurity jobs by 2025. Guys, I'm telling you, if this data is as accurate as they say, everybody should just go into cybersecurity. I'm telling you, all of us should just go into cybersecurity. Like, seriously, if this data is as accurate as they say, a lot of people should just really just say, you know what, I'm going into cybersecurity. It's job security, guys. It's job security. But according to Cybersecurity Ventures, there will be an estimated 3.5 million unfulfilled cybersecurity jobs by 2025. A separate estimate found that there were about 597,000 cybersecurity roles in the U.S. right now. Many of these pay at least six figures, and this data is coming from the Columbia University. But contrary to popular belief, cyber jobs cover far more than the clandestine matters of national security portrayed in the TV and film. In reality, there are at least 7 categories, 33 specialty areas, and 52 different roles within the cybersecurity industry. Wow, that is a lot. And I think a lot of us, when we think about cybersecurity, we lump it all into one. That's why research is important, guys. If you are thinking about cybersecurity, do your research. I'm providing this level of exposure so you can get the wheels moving and know that there's other people who are in this area getting it that you can potentially reach out to. And the resources on this platform will allow for you to do a proper introduction to somebody if you want their resources or you want some help by using things like LinkedIn. But you have to do the research if you're interested into things like cybersecurity. Don't think that we're just going to give you all that information into this channel. There is 33 specialty areas, 52 different roles within cybersecurity. That's a lot, guys. And positions includes data analyst, security architect, vulnerability assessment analyst. And many of you are doing this for a company today. And all it takes is for you to work for a company that has security, that does security, right? A McAfee, you'd be considered in cybersecurity. Or you can just work for your current company into a different department, into InfoSec and so forth. Or you can work for the Accentures, the Deloittes, into their cybersecurity organizations. There's multiple ways that you can get into the cybersecurity, and there's multiple roles that you can get into cybersecurity. Don't expect even for the people who are in cybersecurity to know every single role that you can get into. That's for you to do your own research on by going to places like Initiative for Cybersecurity Education, which you can find in the article, and I'll have this article into the description of this video after it's done, and so forth. But guys, there are positions that include data analyst, security architect, vulnerability assessment analyst. And this industry overall requires a lot of new learning, constant learning. An anti-malware software company, Malwarebytes, right? So being self-taught, being able to learn very quickly and take what you learn and either create a product or utilize a product in some way is important. It's important. A lot of this stuff, guys, getting into IT, you know, it's high paying. It's you can have a great lifestyle. You can have a great life. You can make tons of money and so forth. But it really comes down to you. Do you want to change? Is what you're going through right now, if you're not making the money that you want to make, do you really want to change? It comes down to you. It comes down to you. Invest in yourself. Do the research. Book a coaching session. Join a Patreon. Join the resource that I talked about earlier, Obsidian. Talk to people. Look at people that are doing really good things. Look at people who are doing really good things. Simon, who was on from Crypto Technology or Cryptechnology, PBO, before the beans. Talk to people. Just have a conversation. Take them out to lunch. Learn what they do. But also, I think the most important thing is this, is you got to find somebody that you want to be like. Who is it that you admire? And that's going to help you determine potentially a career for yourself. Who is it that you admire? And hopefully it isn't some sort of entertainer or a rapper, because you're already past that stage. And it doesn't have to be anybody who's in tech. But who is it that you admire? And if it is somebody in tech, what lifestyle do they have? How did they get there? And try to emulate that, guys. That's how you get there. But it has to start with you wanting to change, getting rid of all the extra garbage that may be in your life that's causing these distractions, and for you to focus. And if you do a boot camp, you figure it out and you complete it. If you do a certification, you get your certifications and you focus. If you're in training, you listen to your coach. If you're getting mentored, you listen to your mentor, you complete your assignments and execute. That's all with you. It's all with you. But Insider spoke with Kawaja and 2 other cybersecurity recruiting experts to learn which traits they look for in candidates and what resources were available to people with little to no prior experience who wanted to launch a career in cybersecurity. Here it is, guys. Unconventional backgrounds are valuable. Today, the cybersecurity industry is predominantly male and white. Let me repeat that. Today, the cybersecurity industry is predominantly male and white. But Renana Felix, PayPal's Senior Director of Security Operations, is one of the leaders in this space looking to change that. I think one of the biggest things that scares people about cybersecurity is I'm not technical enough, or I don't have coding skills. But she added she has people on her team who came from customer service programs, academia, and other fields. She recommended that people with any level of or type of work experience use free online programs such as Hack the Box and Try Hack Me to launch their careers. Again, here's a resource for you guys. If you want to get into cybersecurity, look at resources such as Hack the Box and Try Hack Me. I had a gentleman, his name is Brandon, coaching client. He's an expert. He's one of the best in the Try Hack Me. His team was like nationally ranked or something like that. And he has it on his LinkedIn profile. And he used that to get into cybersecurity. And he used my coaching to determine if the route that he was taking was going to be the best route. Additionally, Twitter has an information security community that experts recommended to job seekers. Twitter is popping, guys. I'm just starting to get into the Twitter game on the tech space. And I'm telling you like that, it's big. It's big. I prefer the platform of YouTube based on what I do, but Twitter is popping. I love it. On social media, job seekers could build connections and read about major updates in cybersecurity space, said Kajawa and Janet Van, the chief people officer at Cloudflare, a website security company. Look at YouTube videos, go to blogs, go to various websites and news sites, and learn about threats. Learn how they work. Learn the basics about them. And this is some of the same stuff that PBO teaches on this channel. Brother Gabe teaches on this channel. Malwarebytes and Cloudflare both have blogs that can help people and teach people and job seekers about the industry. And the Malwarebytes blog even accepts submissions for those looking to join Cloudflare specifically. And Van recommended that job seekers who use Cloudflare's products in their personal websites or past projects show that off in the interview. So if you're going to be applying for these cybersecurity companies, these security companies, Cloudflare, right? Malwarebytes. If you're going to be applying, show how you use their technology. I use Malwarebytes. I run security scans on my desktop with it and been using it for years. I don't use Cloudflare. But if you're going to be applying for a company like that, at least show what the tools are used for. Kajawa advised eager newcomers to be hyper vigilant about which companies they apply to. He said sketchy or scammer companies exist in the space and could damage someone's resume. He encouraged job seekers to consider companies' online presence and the purpose of the company's work. Be mindful who you try to work for, he said. Don't just jump on any opportunity that comes your way. Finding your niche is important. The cybersecurity industry is highly competitive. Cloudflare, for instance, received 50,000 applicants a quarter for the last 8 quarters, and it hired only 0.5% of them. Experts agreed that narrowing your focus in the industry was the key to breaking into it. Guys, Brother John Stevens, Mr. John Stevens, Brandy's husband, he's taking cloud or cybersecurity a boot camp right now. And it's specifically focused on the cybersecurity around payments. And he's becoming an expert in that. And that's his niche. And he's taking the Boyd, what's Boyd last name? Boyd Clueless certification course, where Boyd is an expert in this and one of the best in the world. Consider that. It's another option for you guys. The cybersecurity industry is highly competitive. 50,000 applicants, only 5.5% of them were hired. That's very little, guys. So narrow your focus. Pick an area that you want to focus on and use that to break in. Kajawa said there are 2 main options that job seekers had to choose between joining cybersecurity. The first option is defensive and is about working to address cybercrime. The second option is offensive and it entails finding a way to prevent cybercrime. So guys, it's like football, offense or defense. What side are you going to be on? What side do you want to work on? You know how like you play football or you play basketball or you play football, you typically are on one side of the field. Where are your talents? Are you a wide receiver? Are you a defensive back? That's how you can narrow down the side as well too. The first option is defensive. It's about working to address cybercrime. The second option is offensive, and it entails finding a way to prevent cybercrime. I think that kind of understanding where you want to go on that route is really important, in my opinion. He said, because you might lead yourself down one path and find, you know what? I wish I went the other way. And guess what, guys? That's fine to switch. Just pick a path. Pick a path. You're going to get exposure. And don't think a path is wrong. And if you take a path and it's not the path for you, that you can't course correct. But one thing you need to do is finish. To figure out where they can fit in an industry, Felix recommended that job seekers focus on their skill set. Skills such as problem solving, coding, and attention to detail can help with different job functions. Then lean hard into that niche. You don't need to know it all, Felix said. I think that's one of the biggest barriers people put upon themselves when they consider a career in cyber. You don't need to know it all, guys. Take a boot camp, get certifications, learn, do home labs, talk to people, understand what side you want to be in before you do any of this stuff. Research the role that you potentially want to go into, what fits you, and then commit. And at the end of the day, guys, it's not going to be a wrong commitment. It's tech. It's cybersecurity. You may do it for a year and may find out that you don't like it, but you can then transition to doing something else that you do like. At least you have a job and you're making a good amount of money and you can make that transition. All right. Let's talk about something. And guys, I'm typically going to jumping into the chats after these articles, but I'm just going to push through it and then I'll catch up on the chats towards the end. All right. Many of us have been sitting into positions for a very long time. We haven't been ladder climbing. We haven't been ladder climbing, guys. And it's sad. It's sad. It's sad that we haven't been ladder climbing and looking at ways that we can continue to earn more money, challenge ourselves, get a seat at the table, invite others to have a seat at the table, and so forth. Ladder climb, guys. That's why we talk about it very much on this channel, because it's preventing us from being stagnant. And it's encouraging us to continuously learn and grow. And to help others achieve their goals as well, too. But sometimes we get that six-figure job and become very, very comfortable in saying, you know what, guys, I've made it. I'm getting paid $120,000 now. I can go out and ball out. And then you sit in the road for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. Then you get replaced. And then you think it's the company's fault. Or you get somebody who comes in because you're making $120,000 and a new hire comes in and they're getting paid $130,000 and you find out, oh man, you upset. And then next thing you're like, shit. But whose fault is that? Whose fault is it? Have you been asking for more? Have you been doing more? Have you been going to other companies to increase your earnings? Whose fault is it? Nobody else's fault but yours. All right, let's get to this one. The Great Resignation is creating massive pay disparities between new hires and current employees at tech firms like Google and Amazon, sparking tensions on the team and a ripple effect of departures. People getting mad, man. They're getting all upset. They're getting all upset. They're bringing in new people to these roles. You've been sitting there for 3 or 4 years and they're making, 10,000, 20,000 more than you are. And you got more education, more years of experience. You over there like this. Damn! And many of you are like this. You're angry, pounding on the desk, thinking it's everybody else's fault but yourself. That's what happens. That's what happens. You're like, man, I should have got that manager role. They brought in a new manager. They brought in a new manager probably because you didn't ask for the manager position and you thought that they were going to give it to you. At the end of the day, guys, we are responsible for our careers. We're responsible for how much money we want to make and how much we're going to be getting paid. Nobody else. All right. The tech industry is hiring at a breakneck pace. Oh my God. Sometimes I hear myself say some things. I'm like, what? The tech industry is hiring at a breakneck pace, and some job seekers are more than doubling their salaries by jumping companies. The co-workers they're leaving behind are having a very difficult and a very different experience. Some employers who have stayed put say they're burned out from having to increase their workloads to cover the empty roles. Plus, employees, managers, and others with insight into compensation at tech companies tell Insider new hires are being paid significantly more than the current base salaries and outpacing current employees' pay, which has caused tension on teams. People are balling up their fists, saying, I ain't doing this extra work. Why am I doing this extra work? When Billy just came in and he's making more than I am, and I'm doing his job. Ooh, heated. The discrepancy in putting some companies in different situations. Current employees have no incentive to stay and filling those roles with new hires, some of whom have less expertise. It's getting more expensive. The problem is squeezing even the biggest tech companies. An internal Google survey recently obtained by the Insider showed that a rising number of employees said their total compensation wasn't competitive compared with similar jobs at other companies. While 63% of Googlers said that their compensation was competitive in the last year's survey, only 53% said the same in 2022. Well, guys, that's why I also tell you this. Put yourself on the market. If you're not happy with what you're getting paid right now, you got to change it yourself. Put yourself up to the market. Apply. See what you're worth. See what other companies are going to pay you. Don't just sit there and be upset. Don't just sit there and be upset. Put yourself out there to the market. See how much you're worth. Once you get that offer, if you like the company that you're at, even though they ain't paying you, you can use that as leverage. Or you can say, bye-bye. Bye. I'm going somewhere else. One Google engineer who requested anonymity because he wasn't authorized to speak with the press told Insider a noticeable number of colleagues left Google in the past year for offers with higher pay. He said his colleagues were openly discussing pay and competing in offers in light of the red-hot job market. He added that he'd seen employees hired this year being paid considerably higher salaries than those who left. Yeah, it happens. While it's not official company data, posts on sites like Glassdoor's, Levels, FYI are also leading employees to find pay discrepancies between themselves and new hires. Levels.fyi shows a level 3 San Francisco Google employee who's been at the company for 3 years making $150,000 a year, for example. Meanwhile, a Google employee in the same position level and location joined amid the Great Resignation a year ago was listed at $192,000. It creates morale problems because people coming in are less qualified yet make more than you. So now you know financially it is in your best interest to leave, the Google employee said. You don't want to be a survivor because if you are a survivor, it means everyone around you is gone. Other tech workers, managers, and experts told Insider strict pay brackets and limits on raises contributed to the problem, and that some companies were even drastically changing their pay structures in desperate attempts to keep up. Yeah, you got a lot of companies like, Apple offering all sorts of bonus, right? All sorts of bonus pay and so forth to keep their employees, employee retention bonuses. Amazon increasing their base pay. It's a lot. It's a lot. Let me jump over this real quick. I got 1 second. Oh, okay. Let me get back. The widening difference between market and pay and current pay is the problem that reached critical mass. The problem largely lies in the difference between market pay and competitive salary used to attract new hires and current pay, which is what a company pays an existing employee. Companies sometimes have strict limits on raises, but even when they don't, the budget for employee raises might not be enough to keep up with the competitiveness of the market. Guys, this is basically telling you right now, if you're in this position where you're at a company and you're not happy with how much you're getting paid because you're seeing that others are getting paid more in a role than you are, and you've been there for some years, then it's time for you to leave if you want to make more money. Otherwise, it's time for you to ask for more. Either you have two options, really. You can leave, get compensated based on what the market's willing to pay you, or you can ask for more. And if you ask for more and you don't know how to do it, or if you want to ask for more and you don't know how to do it, book a coaching session with me and I'll share with you how to go about doing that. Let me get this off the screen real quick. Had a chat come through. Wanted to make sure. Perfect. All right, good. Guys, it's important. It's important to think about how much money you want to make, and also important for you to think about how much you're worth on the market today and how to find that out. You find that out by putting yourself out there, by applying to other positions and so forth. Going through the interview process, seeing what other companies are paying, doing the research. And if you love the company that you're working for, you may be, at a company for 8 years and you're like, you know what? I like this company. I see a path to the top. I got equity, I got stock, but you know what? Somebody else just came in and making more than me. And they ain't shit. Well, you can choose to ask for more, or you can choose to leave. That's your choice. But again, it comes down to you. Nobody else is going to make this decision for you. Guys, that's what I wanted to leave on this on this article here, is that there's a lot of this going on in tech right now, and you may see it. Matter of fact, I had a coaching session with a smart gentleman who flat out told me that he was getting paid less than people who came into the company. He's working for a big time corporation. But the question goes back to me asking the question of, are you asking for more? Because a lot of us are willing to accept 4% raises a year. That's not a lot of money, guys, especially now in this economy that we're in now. But what are you doing? Are you just expecting to do your work, execute, knowing you're taking on additional responsibilities, and not ask for more? If they're giving you more, you should be asking for more. And if you don't know how to ask for more, book a coaching session with me. I can work that out with you and share my experience of what's allowed for me to consistently get promoted. I asked for it, guys. I asked for increased responsibilities. I asked for a lot more money too. And I get it. I do pretty well for myself. All right, last article. We're going to talk about Twitch. We're going to talk about Twitch salaries. Twitch salaries revealed. Here's pay data on engineering, research, and others. Guys, I don't need to say it, but you can be making a whole bunch of money in tech. Oh, Twitch remains the largest platform by a long shot in the game streaming space, even as some top-tier creators, most recently Ludwig Agrin, continue to be poached by competitive YouTube gaming. In February, Amazon-owned Twitch clocked in 1.9 billion hours of watch time per analytics from Rainmaker.gg, a slight dip from the 2 billion hours it saw in January. By comparison, Facebook Gaming clocked in 497 million hours of this watch time last month. Internally, however, a recent Bloomberg report found that members of Twitch workforce are going the way of some streaming stars. 6 C-suite executives and a total of 60 employees have left the company this year, including Twitch COO, Chief Content Officer, and Head of Creator Development. The report found that 300 employees left the company in 2021. Amid these exits, insiders analyzed work visas disclosures to shed light on what Twitch pays for certain roles. And guys, think about it. If you're working at a company like Twitch and YouTube is saying, okay, well, come over here. Your skills are needed and they're going to pay you more. Why not? Why not? Nobody's saying that Twitch is top of the market in what they pay. But that's why Netflix does a pretty good job at retaining talent, because they pay people pretty well. But based on the data, Twitch offered from the late 2020 through 2021 annual base salaries ranging from $60,000 to $201,000 for certain roles. Okay, a manager 3, software development, $168,000, ranging all the way from $140 to $185. Damn! Product manager, $201,000. SAP functional specialist, 121,000. Senior manager, 185,000. Software engineer 3 or software developer 3, 185,000. Guys, all of these are six-figure salaries. Software development manager, 121 to 185. Starfruit support engineer, 93,000 to 160. System administrator, 105,000. System development engineer, 120,000. Data and research, applied scientist, 169, 185,000. Damn! I mean, these are big time salaries, guys. Overall, 60,000 to 201,000 per year you can be making in tech roles, working at companies like Twitch, and they aren't even top of what you'd be getting paid. And you got to think about it, guys. These are, you know, companies, public companies that exist out there. You can see how much they're paying people, how much they're paying executives and so forth. But you got to think about it. There's private companies that exist out there too. There are private companies that exist out there that pay even more. I think about like the company that I work for, supply chain. We pay people pretty well. And we have to do that because we have to retain good talent. But the money is out there, guys. The money is out there. Let me jump over to the chats real quick. I want to see what everybody is talking about here. And let me do something else. All right, guys, I want to do something real quick. One of my patrons just left me a comment, and I want to go to a blog, and I want you guys to go and check out the blog, and I'm going to put it into the chat real quick. But, okay, our brother Malik owns a blog. I want you guys to check him out. It's literally blog Esquire Phase in general. And one of the things, and Malik, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Malik is a go-getter, a straight go-getter, a gentleman who's crushing it. He's focused. He's getting it done. And I'm gonna drop his blog in here into the chat, but you can go and read some of his content right here on the chat that I have down here, okay, on a blog. And one of the things that he talks about is change. He talks about change. And Mr. Nix, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for the super chat. I just saw that come up. The sponsor of today's show, again, Mr. Marty Nix. Check him out. Check him out. Fantastic gentleman. Microsoft certified, VMware certified, making well over 6 figures a year, teaching you how to get into tech, teaching you about cloud and how to become an expert, what is meant by cloud-based applications. I appreciate you, Mr. Nix. Thank you so much for the super chat, brother. But jump back over to our brother Malik. Check his blog out. Check his blog out. And he talks about change, and something that we need to focus on is change. And change is important. Change is important, guys. Change is important. I'm gonna do something too, guys, so that you guys can get access to Mr. Nix as well too. Check out his content. And I shared this earlier, but check out Mr. Nix as well too. This is his blog. I'm gonna spam the chat with it. All right. Let me jump over to the chats real quick. See what my peoples are talking about. Let me get out of here. All these pages. All right, there we go. All right, I'm gonna start at the top. All right, Ashton, I appreciate the $30 super chat. I appreciate the $30. All right. Andrew says, can you talk about salary being tied to long, mundane hours before the interview? Can you talk about salary being tied to long, mundane hours before the interview? I don't know what that question is. Explain yourself, Andrew, on that one. Brother Michael says, looking this up now. Thank you. Definitely going to check it out. Absolutely. Ashton, I appreciate the $30 super chat. Showing support this Saturday morning. Your channel has changed my life. I appreciate you, BH. Thank you. I appreciate the $30 super chat too. Dewan says, big bro has a boat, big flex. Oh yeah, we got a nice little boat over here. You know, I one of the things I like to do is I spend money on things that's going to allow for me to spend time with my family. And I have a good sized boat. Let me, before I do that, because I don't know what all pictures are in here, let me just make sure I get over to it. But I got all kind of stuff that's in here. And I don't want to spam you guys with all sorts of stuff that you ain't supposed to see. But yeah, man, we have a nice boat. It's a mini yacht, we want to call it. Almost a 27 footer. Cobalt 262. It's a beautiful boat. Beautiful boat. That's me when I first picked it up. I actually picked it up on March 2nd, so I've had it just over a month right now. I've only taken it out twice. I got a new sound system put into it most recently, and I'm having the floors inside the boat redone as well too. But yeah, it's a nice boat, man. We my wife and I love to take it out. We love to take it out. Well, whenever we find time. This summer, this is going to be where we're at. And for the Black Heights community here in Texas, you guys are getting an opportunity to come down and spend some time with me on the water as well too. But let me jump back over to the chats, guys. I got distracted. My brain is all over the place this morning. Let's find out where we here. All these windows. There we go. All right. Tiffany Wade says, had nephew looking too cool and clean. Yes, we had him looking clean. Todd Mack says, that's dope. I remember my son first got his hair cut. The barber didn't even want to do it because his hair was just like that, but down to his butt. Yeah, man, it's interesting, right? I think, that's a part about being a father too, guys, is you get to provide exposure to your kids to certain things, right? Like, my son, and my daughter, they know about the boating life, right? And all sorts of water sports and stuff that I didn't get an opportunity to do when I was a young kid, right? Like, I think that's the coolest part about being a father and a mother, right? Is being able to provide exposure to your kids on all the cool things that they can be doing throughout their life. But you have to be open to change as well too. Like, I didn't get into boating until 2019 or something like that, right? And I said, okay, well, I'm going to own a boat. Became a part of a boat club for about 3 or 4 years. I'm like, all right, it's time for me to just go ahead and pull the trigger on it. Our kids love it. It's a good way for us to spend time together as a family, and went and did it. Todd Mick says, high paying remote is the golden goose for me. Absolutely. A lot of people want to work remote. Todd Mick says, have a link to Marty Nick's blogs. Yes, I just dropped that. Wow, 41 certifications. Absolutely, man. Mr. Nix is killing it. Blockavelli says, as we speak, I'm doing Trailhead Military. Shout out to Salesforce. Absolutely, Blockavelli. Dope. Engineer Cannabis says, data analysts learn Excel, statistics, and PowerPoint with search and Google Analytics, and you can get a 6-figure job. I'm telling you, Engineering Cannabis is the expert on this, guys. I'm telling you. You want to become a data analyst, Excel, statistics, PowerPoint. Excel, statistics, and PowerPoint. Andrew says, what's Coursera retention completion rate? I don't know, but you can definitely go and check it out. Do a Google search on it. But I'm going to tell you like this, it's a great platform. It's a great platform for you to learn the stuff that you need to learn, Andrew. Blockavelli. That's great. Okay. Master IT. Yes, Ms. Wade, thank you so much for dropping that in there. Business development is cool, Andrew says. Absolutely. Business development is sales. Business development is sales. That's the space that I'm in. So I was an outside sales executive or area sales director the last 3 years and made a crap load of money. Now I'm working with partners to help them sell our products. And I'm making a crap load of money. So business development is very important, especially in the tech. If you have a sales background, all you got to do is make a transition into tech and you can be making a whole bunch of money. A whole bunch of money. Gorgum says, will there be a new video about management information systems? Yes, I am going to get back to videos on management information systems soon. I haven't done any pre-recorded videos on management information systems, Gorgum. But yes, I will be doing it sooner than later. Todd, this is right up my alley. Master IT, Noah 6 is in the house, man. Marvin Watchers, be sure to hit that like button. I appreciate you, man. Cybersecurity sounds stressful, Florida Oro says. It can be, but I think it's a fantastic field. Just about this, I would say this, guys. Anything in tech can be stressful. I think sales can be very stressful. Very, very stressful. I have done it the last 3 years. I'm going to tell you like this. Out of my entire career, the most I've ever been stressed is in sales. But the most flexibility I've ever had in my life has been sales as well, too. And the most money I've ever made has been in sales. So if you want to make a lot of money, you're going to have a stressful job. You think about CEOs at top companies. They're making millions, 212 million. Their job is stressful, right? But stress is also subjective as well, too. As long as you can balance yourself, you can make a lot of money. As long as you can balance, you can make a lot of money. Okay, Tangway Genitali left a $10 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Noah 6 says, lemon character bowing his head while spreading hearts with his arms. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think you can do ethical hacking as a side gig. Yes, you can. You can. Question, Andrew says, how do you take an Antoine out for coffee in between his work, kids, wife, and others? You got to book some time with me, Andrew, especially if you're in Austin. Just book some time with me and then say, hey, Antoine, I'm in Austin. I would love to get you for coffee. And I'll probably say, come out and meet with me somewhere at the vineyard or something like that. And we can have a glass of wine or something like that. I'll make myself available. Durian says, you inspired me to go back and finish my IT management degree. Goals to go from cloud architect to enterprise architect. Thanks for the content and motivation. Absolutely, man. We appreciate you, man. Miss Erica Williams is in the house with the $2 super chat tip jar for great tech information. Thank you so much, Erica. Erica and I have met in Austin a couple times already. And dope content. Go and check out Miss Erica Williams' channel. She's big wig. She's big time. Big time. Professor Black Ops is in the house as well, too. Check him out. Big time as well. Martin Nix. Mr. Nix says, adding to the tip jar, he drops 100, man. I appreciate you, brother. I do appreciate you, man. Professor Black Ops says, I'm Deion Sanders. Must be the money blue team. Oh, man. The blue team. Mr. Nix getting that money for real. Simon's in the house, man. Cryptechology, man. Guys, if you guys haven't seen the video or the interview that I did with Cryptechology, go and check him out. Go and check out his channel as well, too, man. Great content, a great individual, a Patreon member of ours, doing it real big into the blockchain space and development, and done many things throughout his life as well, too, man. Simon is absolutely fantastic. Go and check him out. Miss Teresa says, Mr. Nix, good morning. Anton was talking about you earlier, and someone asked about a link to your blog. Are you able to drop it in the chat? Yep. Okay. It looks like it was dropped. Perfect. Now I dropped it as well, too. Noah says, as a veteran who has used all his educational benefits, what online schools would recommend for immediate learning? I say WGU. I love that school, and I am a big fan of it. I haven't gone to it, Noah 6, but I would say consider it because it is inexpensive, and it is a fantastic school. All right. Let's see who else is in here. Okay, Mr. Nix dropped another $20 super chat. The way to keep increasing your market value is this. Keep learning new skills related to your current work, which adds to value to you as a super specialist with no experience. Learn how to do basic functions, then certify. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. Strapped Up 24 says, I have been with the school district for 5 years. I am getting paid a decent salary, but I'm trying to transition into the cybersecurity field. I have a Network Plus, Security Plus, CYSA Plus, and Linux Plus. Wow, that's actually a lot of certifications. The question is, Strapped Up 24, is you have all these certifications. Do you have the skills? Do you understand which path you want to go down? Offense, defense. Talk to Professor Black Ops. Book a coaching session with me. Understand where you want to go, what roles that you're looking to get into, and let's create a path for you, man. Engineering Cannabis says, companies are willing to pay for education and search. My company paying for me to finish an MBA in logistics and supply chain. Man, Engineering Cannabis already getting that money, and look at him. He's still talking about doing some other stuff. Guys, this constant movement is good. That's why I was talking about change. Change is perfect. Change is perfect. Curtis Davis says, I got a call from Google. That is what's happening, brother. You get a call from Google, man. You're the man. You like Mr. Nix getting a call from Microsoft, VMware, Google, all that stuff, right? That's important. It's important. Mr. Nix, Brother Malik, salute to the blog. Yes, check him out. Check out Brother Malik's blog, guys. Check out Mr. Nick's blog as well too. Check those guys out. Started my journey to MIS degree on the 18th. I love that, Luke. I love that, man. Keep going, brother. Keep going. Florida Aura says, Teresa Wade, are there a lot of women in the Patreon group? There is. There's about 4 to 5 women in the Patreon group. And I'm going to tell you like this. They are fantastic too. They are absolutely fantastic. Khalid Bryant, I appreciate the response. Absolutely. Okay. Well, it looks like, guys, I've gotten to it. You know how we do it, guys. I wanted to come in this Saturday morning to give you guys the game, share with you these articles that I thought were very important to help you get to this money. Again, it has everything to do with you. It has everything to do with you. Everything to do with you. You make the commitment to yourself that you want what's better in life. You're going to make the commitment to do new things. And you have people like myself, Erica, PBO, Before the Billions, AI and Me, Engineering Cannabis, Criticology, all these guys, Brother Malik, all these guys are in this space looking to do stuff. And if you just need somebody to talk to, become a Patreon member, reach out to these guys, right? Read their blogs. There's a whole bunch of information out there. It comes down to you getting that information, talking to people, admiring people, wanting to follow in their same paths, right? And just executing and executing and executing and executing. Guys, that's what it's about. That is what it's about. I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. I really appreciate you guys rocking with me. My brain's all over the place, man. I need to drink some water or something like that. Too much wine last night. But I appreciate you guys rocking with me on this Saturday, as always. And you know how to reach me if you guys need anything. Have a good rest of your weekend. And until next time, y'all. Peace. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for rocking with me this Saturday. Todd, I appreciate you. Jay Costa, thank you so much. Florida Aura, thank you so much for coming through. PBO, Big Bro, I hope all is well with you, sir. Mr. Nix, thank you so much. Noah 6, I appreciate you. Strapped Up 24. Thanks for coming through. Luke Garcia, I appreciate you. Florida Aura, Khalid Bryan, Miss Wade, I love you, baby. Engineering Cannabis is in the house. Noah 6 says, Khalid, what's SDR? Sales Development Rep. Khalid Bryan says, just got offered an SDR role on LinkedIn for having a year of customer service experience. Damn! That's what's up, Khalid. I missed over that one. Congratulations to you, sir. Kaza, I appreciate you, man. Guys, shout out to Khalid. Shout out to Khalid. Brother Malik, I appreciate you, the blog. Engineering Cannabis, Todd. Cryptocology, Block of Valley was in the house. Jacob Smalls, Andrew. Andrew says, How do you take Antoine out for coffee? Man, you gotta book my time. Tangeray 10 in the house. Erica Williams in the house. Balti THUG is in the house. Tiffany Wade's in the house. DeJuan Nelson, I appreciate you. Miss Wicks in the house. I got all my MIS folks be like, man, Antoine, when you gonna bring on the MIS videos, man? I know y'all be liking the MIS videos. I'll bring them back.